Good, good. What are you working on, and do you need anything? Do you have any specific questions? And I'll look at this.
I'm working on her long butt crack.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
Yeah. They're so bad.
Crack at the same time. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Like where to position that.
A position, which one?
And how, like the center, the spine.
Oh, the
like
spine.
Yeah. And then just generally speaking, like I feel like these are too outlined.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Okay, I'll help you with that. Okay, so good. I'm glad. So you're using this as, like, you're putting the shadows in, and it makes sense at this point to do that because it's giving that volume, and you're in the ballpark enough. I can tell that it's a good point to be putting this stuff into. First off, with the spine, you can always correct it. Just put it in. So like with the spine, what I would do, I would kind of like squint down. And what you want to do, I say, okay, like I'm thinking from here to here, I'm just thinking of the anatomy. That kind of comes up like this. And then I'm going to be looking at both these sides. And I know, and come and look, you see on her, it's this width right here. Mm-hmm. This width is a little bit less than this, and it's going to be somewhere here, and we're going to put it at this angle and just make it, just wisp it on. It kind of comes one, and then it's going to break right there, upper between the scapula, just a little bit. And it does fade a little bit, but we can keep it something like that, right? And if you look at this, the buttocks right here, if we squint down, we can kind of make this a little bit, yeah, that actually is, I have trouble drawing like when I'm down like that, but so I'm going to erase that because that looks absolutely horrible. But you get the idea. Like you can kind of expand that shadow just a little bit. And then what you want to see is, because you would think that this is like going down like into it like this. You know, so it might come a little bit like that. But if you carry this on, it kind of comes, if this is here, it's coming through that way, right?
Yes.
It's kind of coming through that way just a little bit. So it's about right there. So that's how I would draw that in. To get this, so what you're doing, you're saying, okay, I'm drawing a line here, but you can like kind of make these softer lines. I kind of do two things. I kind of soften the lines, and then I try to catch, here, I'm gonna try to go down like this so I can actually draw better. I try to catch the shadow up to the darkness of the line.
Oh, okay.
Just a little bit. And there's a line to it. There's that edge, and I kind of made it worse actually when I drew it. But then what we can do is kind of come across like this and just kind of bring it down some. You see what I'm saying? Like you can bring it down some, and then also you can come in with the eraser and just kind of like very lightly just take part of it away if you want to. But essentially when we go through and shadow this in and just like take our time with it, it'll kind of come off some. Okay. So let me demonstrate kind of on the side what I mean, because I know like I kind of drew over, like, so say the hips here, and then I want to give you a proportion critique really quick. So that's the hip kind of coming down. And so if we have like, I'll make it like very soft. I'll kind of soften it like this, soften this, you know, something like that. And then I might have it kind of coming down like this, like the shadow. And then from here, then I'll kind of go across, but I'm going to be going, I'm having a really hard time shadowing like this. Okay. I'll be like coming across it just a little bit. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Something like that. Okay? So you're kind of crossing over that line, and if you want, you can kind of come in like, you know, clean some of it up. But so like you kind of do a soft line and then you cross through it just a little bit. And it just takes some practice. Obviously, I need more practice. Okay, so what you're saying, Jessica, could you put your hand behind your back too? There you go. Is your hand okay? Did it need to rest?
Yeah.
Were you resting it?
Yeah.
Oh, you were? Is it okay now?
It's fine.
It's fine, okay. So like say the shadow right here, I'm going to say that this is the shadow right here in the hand. So we have the hand, that's going to be sharper right there, and then the shadow's coming down. So what I want you to do is squint. And normally when you squint, the shadows and everything else like will kind of thicken up just a little bit and become a little bit softer, right? So you see what I'm doing here, and then I might come down like this, shadow this way, and then I might come across this way, sorry, and shadow this way. Something like that. You see? Kind of bring the shadow, and then you can kind of make these accents on them here and there. But that way, you see it is very soft. It does fade.
Right.
Do some cross hatching, and check this out. So like the fingers move this and that, and you're like, okay, well, how do we, like I can kind of just softly cut into it like that, and still make it a nice, clean fade with it. Could you just stay up just for a minute? I'll make this quick. This part here. So like, yeah, this is good. You're a little bit afraid to put some information in. Look, you can kind of do these little accents here, and you can do that with the shadow kind of coming up 1, 2, and then at the same time you do this, see this piece right here. So look at this. This is there's a very beautiful gesture, kind of how this piece is kind of like going up like that, and then it kind of comes in here. So you can kind of start getting anatomy. And look at this. You can get a little bit more tension on this leg by pushing that calf just a little bit more, and you're fixing the anatomy at the same time while getting the gesture and everything. Same thing here. This foot kind of pushes out some. You see what we're doing? 1, 2. That's going to come out just a little bit that way. But if we're going through and we're putting these pieces in, and this is what I want you thinking. I kind of gave Terry the same critique, which he's oddly enough improving enough for me to be able to give him this critique.
Sorry, did you say something?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
And this is coming here, 1, 2, and it's coming down like that, and this is going to cut in just a little bit, and this is going to fill out just a little bit here. And you see that's going to give that tension, right? And so these are subtle things, Katie, that you can be doing to kind of improve your work some. So because we're working on the widths, the lengths, and you're getting those in the ballpark, but now you're trying to tie in the anatomy, the shadows and everything. And it's very easy to think of this too mechanically, but I want you to think of it structurally and anatomically. So when you're working this side, we're working this side at the same time. So like look up there on the calf, and I want you to see this point right here on her. And I want you to go up and see this point here. You see that? So if I was to zoom in, starting here, it would be kind of like 1, and then it would be 2 like that, right there to there. Do you see that? So like we kind of get that point so that we have, and this has been the critique of the day, essentially that angle right there. And you get this, you're looking at the entire shape. It forces you to see the entire shape, understand the whole piece of the anatomy. Aside from that, arms, elbows, same stuff here, and I'll try to get critique to you earlier next time so we can go through that. This is a little bit thin in here. And this is a little bit overdone, but I like what you're thinking. This is a little bit too thin right here, and it doesn't, like this would have to thicken out to where this is. Do you see what I'm saying? Like that might thicken out just a little bit. So that's what I'm saying. You look at both sides. Jess, thank you. You can get down now. You look at both sides at the same time to get the anatomy. And so you can be getting the anatomy, but also you're thinking of the width and the length, everything all at once.
Okay.
Right? Do you have any questions?
No.
Good job.
Very helpful. Thank you.
Good.